sway bar delete on a 100 series Land Cruiser. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove this 14 millimeter, both sides. Goes in like that. Take it off. We're gonna leave these bolts in here. We're gonna keep the entire sway bar in place. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna tuck this up here. We're gonna use a heavy duty zip tie. It's like this one right here. We're not gonna fasten it too tight, just in case if there is some movement in this bar, it won't snap the zip tie and this won't go flippy floppy. We're gonna do this on both sides. So just like that. I didn't cut the excess of the big zip tie off. What I did was I tucked it into this hole right here, and then we're gonna just use a smaller zip tie, if you can see that right there, just to fasten it in there so it doesn't pop out of the hole. That is how I'm gonna sway bar delete this. Just in case I don't like it, I'm gonna try it out, see how it works. If I do like it, I'll keep it like this, or maybe just remove the entire thing. But for now, I don't want to deal with removing the entire thing, so I'm gonna go ahead and just delete the end links. These are extended. They're the trail tailors. If you want to order those up, these are the extended ones. And the reason I'm doing this is just because the suspension is just too harsh. It rides like shit. This Ironman suspension. I've got the Ironman 2-inch lift kit torsion bars, and I replaced actually the shocks with Dobinsons. So I've got the long travel, I think it's 2.5-inch Dobinsons. Great shocks. Should have went with that suspension in the first place. So I'm going to have this deleted. I'm gonna go camping this weekend. I'm gonna see how it works on the trails. Notice any difference, and I'll report back what I see. All right, weekend after update. Let's talk about it. All right, post-weekend update. As you can see, the sway bar is still in place with the heavy-duty zip ties. They didn't come off a break or anything. Everything stayed in place. The trip up to the dispersed camping site was about a 3-hour drive from me. So we got a bunch of miles in, some good articulation in the suspension. The trail there is just a bunch of potholes. Once you get there, it is about, I would say about a half-hour total driving time of just straight potholes on a non-paved road. Everything held up. Everything's good and still in place. What I would say is, if you guys are on the fence about removing your sway bar, go ahead and do it. Just do it. Everything rides 10 times better. Regardless of the suspension that you have, it's gonna ride like you just aired down. Imagine getting to a trail and you guys air down for comfort. Disconnect your sway bar end links. If you're not towing, if you're not in an area that has just constant curves, mountain, hills, and sharp curves, you're gonna be fine. I live in the Pacific Northwest, okay? There's mountains, curves, there's hills, there's all of that. To get anywhere, you gotta go through it. I don't do a lot of towing, so this is gonna be fine for me. The only thing I would say is that once you tuck away the sway bar, it's gonna hang just a little bit down when you rotate it up to get the zip ties on, but you're honestly not gonna notice it. It's about, the clearance is gonna be fine. Level with this subframe here for, I believe, the transfer case. But yeah, like I said, if you've got an upgraded suspension, it's gonna ride rough anyways. Leaving the sway bar is just gonna give you a little bit more comfort. It's gonna restore kind of that factory driving experience. It's gonna feel a lot better. It's gonna feel like you aired down on the trail. Any potholes, any dips in the road, it's gonna feel a lot smoother. Wish I did this a long time ago, to be honest. My experience so far, I wish, like I said, I wish I did it earlier. I think we all know as 100 series owners, once you lift the suspension, you kind of really take away from the comfort it becomes a little bit of a rougher ride, and if you want to restore some of that, just go ahead and delete the sway bar. Do it either way. Like I said, you can do the sway bar end links, or you can just delete the whole thing. Up to you, whatever you want to do. This isn't gonna completely take away from the road comfort on the road. If you still hit a pothole going freeway speeds, it's still gonna be a little bit rough. You know, it's gonna jolt you a little bit. But as you're on the trails, just kind of over any other bumps that are, you know, average size potholes, it's not going to be awful. It's going to feel a lot more comfortable. It really does feel different leaving the driveway. You can kind of feel it. It rolls a little bit more around curves, but nothing horrible, nothing that you'll seriously notice too much. If you don't like it, you can always go back. Kind of the way I would compare it is that it feels like almost feels like riding in a train, you know, with no suspension, and then you get back in this thing, and it really just feels like the front end is on a cloud. Articulates a little bit more, does a little bit more travel from the suspension. It's just an overall comfortable ride. Like I said, if you don't like it, you can always put it back together. Yeah, other than that, if you guys have any questions or feedback, just let me know.